Alright, how's it going everybody? Got a much quicker video this time, really getting back into the swing of things, but today I'm gonna watch me build a team real quick. Going with something that I've been running for a little bit, so like, as you might have seen before, like I fast forwarded through it. We're starting in the middle of a set. I forgot to hit record, and so I just did a few. They were all victories, but I did play some stuff yesterday. I didn't have the best results with this team, but I was doing decent. I don't think it covers all matchups, but it's not the worst. I'm going to switch it up later in this video, but you know, right now, running Dirge on the front, Vigoroth safe swap, Trev in the back, and we're in the mirror right now. And I'm not a huge fan of this mirror, because it's basically just like, who gets the Shadow Ball first, and they decide to catch it on Lantern, which I'm not entirely worried about. I think that's fine, because you know, we can still get that damage, we come in with Trevenant, we just load up on energy. It's really comfy, like you can just tank stuff with Trevenant all day. I don't think we're going to be able to get the full farm down here. I don't want to take too much damage with my Trevenant, so we just go ahead, fire off before they get to the next move, and come back in with Skeledirge, but we have a Shadow Ball loaded, and of course they're going to shield this. But we're going to get some nice Shadow Claw damage in the meantime. So we're going to come in with Vigoroth, because I don't want to risk the Shadow Ball onto Skeledirge. And I feel like they can just tank these Disarming Voices much better. I was hoping he'd just kind of blind throw a Shadow Ball, but we all can't have what we want. But yeah, we're going to shield up the next one. And they are going to come in with Vigoroth. And this isn't the worst. Like, I know they got like a damage advantage, I guess you'd want to call it, but we still have plenty of energy. And even they take us out here with the Body Slam, it's fine. We just come back in with Skeledirge, and let's see if we can get the farm down. Oh, it's gonna be close. Alright, we can make it. So, not the worst, and we have Shadow Ball ready. They don't have energy, and we take that game. Not bad, not bad. GG's. Let's move on. Can you guys guess what the Pokemon is I'm drawing? I feel like a lot of you will get it. It's pretty, the head's a pretty dead giveaway, but let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see. I know a lot of people like to see the stats and as well the team, but I feel like right now, you can see my whole team, so what's the point of having it up there like 24/7? So I don't find that super necessary, but I know a lot of people like that, so just let me know if you think it's working or if it's not. But they decide to swap into Vigoroth. We're getting that chip damage, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw the next one. It's good to get at least some sort of an advantage if you're coming in with another Vigoroth. So we're going to shield up the potential Rock Slide, and I thought I swap out. Okay, you know, we just go for another one. Why not? I think I was thinking that my backline does pretty well against what they led with anyways. So Alolan Raichu, you don't see it too much in this meta. I think this is the only time I've ever seen it, and it's just not that much of a threat. Like, yeah, Wild Charge, awesome, but we have Trevenant, and then they come in with Talonflame. And things are actually not looking too great. Talonflame is not something that the team wants to see, so I'm like, okay, we gotta bait with the Body Slam. There's no way they're not gonna shield this, and then I just gotta hope and pray that I can make it to a Body Slam, but I can't. And they have Talonflame, and that's a GG. I definitely could have played that better, but hey, sometimes it's like that. I'll just move on to the next one. Watch me clear my bag space real quick. And we get a Marie that's not shiny. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've been increasingly upset that they've messed with the throw physics. I feel like they're just trying to get people to play worse, to level up slower. But that's a whole topic to debate about. I know a lot of people are upset about it, but I don't know, why can't I just keep the game as it is? I'm sure they're making plenty of money. But moving on, we have a matchup that's like somewhat in the favor of Talonflame. I like to bait for the first charge move. I think that like most Talonflames will have to shield because it threatens a knockout. And let's see what they decide to do here. Yep, they shield. And now you can make it to a Shadow Ball pretty comfortably. I'm gonna have to shield this next move, but I will get both of their shields if they decide to not let this go. So that's not a terrible deal. Yep, okay, so they decide to give up shield advantage, and we can come in with Vigoroth, and it's good to get this guy out of the way, because this might be the hardest counter to Trevenant they have. Usually they won't run an extra fire type, but I have seen that before. We'll have to see how this plays out. But a body slam will take out, and let's get to see what they have. And they come in with Trevenant. And, oh, they come in with another ghost type. So double ghost in the back. They probably should have swapped out earlier if they wanted to get rid of a counter for ghost types, but you know, hindsight's 2020. And unfortunately for them, that Shadow Ball kind of dictated the game, because now I have Vigoroth, and it doesn't matter because I think I can still tank 2 Seed Bombs. And yep, we get to farm down with the Vigoroth. That's funny. But yeah, moving on. Let's see what they got in the back. Or in the front. I don't know why I'm saying that. Okay, so fire on fire lead. Not the worst. As you'll see right now, I haven't really encountered too many Thunder Punch Typhlosions, but that does a lot of damage. And I know Skeledirge is kinda glassy, but that's that makes this matchup kind of in favor of the Typhlosion, because you resist the Disarming Voice, so you'd kind of have to go for Shadow Ball. I think Disarming Voice might do enough because he's pretty glassy himself, but yeah, they decide to swap into Trevenant, and we can just get them out with our own Trevenant. Let's see what they decide to come back in, and they could have got me with 2 Seed Bombs, but they want this guy out of there, so we'll have to see what they have in the back. And they... oh yeah, I don't get the farm down there. Yeah, so they're able to get a move off. We have to shield it. This guy is a monster in the attack department. And they have Jumpluff, which this might get a little bit dicey. Jumpluff has a lot of attack, and they give up their last shield here, but not only is Jumpluff, like, it's actually more bulky than you think it would be. It's kind of wild. Alright, we get the Rock Slide off, and so I think I decide to, right here, try to catch a move on Skeledirge, but the Seed Bombs still aren't doing enough for them to farm down, so this puts me in a really good spot where they have to throw their energy. And yeah, I think I just make it to a Body Slam. Thankfully, I think this is enough damage to take out. I wasn't sure in the moment if I needed to build up to a Rock Slide, and I was very worried, but one counter from that, and we are good. So, getting those rare candies from that rank 15 set. Not bad at all. Alright, let's see what we got here. Skeledirge into Vigoroth. This is a pretty solid one. Skeledirge just kind of outdamages in this. The Incinerates plus Disarming Voice, like, you really only have to worry about Rock Slide for Vigoroth, and 9 times out of 10, they will not bait because it's too risky for them. They want to either get that shield or that damage. But, yeah, let's see, moving in, yeah, just throw off the next one. And, yeah, they want to go for that last shield, which I'm happy to give up. And we'll have to see what they have. So we've got almost a full health Skeledirge, and we can get off a Shadow Ball before they're able to get to their Surf. So we can get that, and then we can... yeah, I think I want to just maintain my alignment, so I'm just going to stay in with Skeledirge, let them take it out. Not the end of the world, because we have a really hard answer for it in the back. So Trevenant comes in, we just start getting energy, all shields are down, so this Trevenant is a huge threat. With Shadow Ball, like, there's not much you can't deal with except for like a Guzzlord. I don't even know... no, I don't even think that's allowed in this meta. Yeah, that's what am I thinking. But then they have Charge Bug, and this Shadow Ball, like, Charger Bug's thick, but yeah, it does a ton of damage. So, yeah, they're gonna take out the Trev here, but the Charge Bug's just so down, and we have a full health Vigoroth, so we just need to make it to a Body Slam, and that's a good game. So, GG's. Yeah, it's just not enough damage on the opponent's side. Alright. But good games to the opponent. Let's move on. I'm really glad that the Sunshine Cup is almost over. I don't know. I feel like it's a fun meta, but 2 weeks straight of it is a bit much for me. I think just to keep things interesting, they need to rotate more frequently. But I don't know. It's not like if I had to have any meta like be prolonged, it'd probably be something like this. It wasn't the worst because I think it is a fairly diverse one. I don't know. I feel like for any limited meta, when Vigoroth is allowed, it just, I don't know, it you just see him all the time, and like I'm guilty of using him. He's really good, but I think I'd like to see a nerf his way. It kind of sucks because they can't just take away moves. Like, I think they should, because there was no reason Breaking Swipe needed to be nerfed. Just take it away from Steelix. But no, they decided to nerf every Pokemon that got it, which every other Pokemon that got it was pretty good, pretty viable, and balanced. But yeah, I think they should normalize just taking away moves. And so I decided to predict that they would blind throw a Surf right there. So that was pretty good for this, but unfortunately for this match, apologies, I got a bit of a tangent, but we had a rough lead, and Jellicent is a pretty decent core breaker for us. So they come in with a XL Chansey. And listen guys, I don't think I've had something frustrate me more than this Pokemon in this meta. This thing is an HP monster. Like, I'm throwing everything I got at it. And that's not enough. I'm just tickling this thing. And I did not realize just how good it was in this meta. Like, even though these are fairly neutral matchups, I'm doing nothing to this thing. It is wild how much damage this thing can take. And it's crazy because I've seen this before. Like, I didn't think it would be too common in this meta, but I've seen it like a few other times. And I'm like, should I build this thing? Do I sink that far down? Because this thing, I feel like it's bulkier than Bastiodon, and that's crazy. I didn't think I'd ever utter that sentence out of my mouth. But, I mean, yeah, we're doing our best here, but I just don't think it's enough. I really, like, I decided to play it out. I was really tempted just to top left, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. That thing's like, that's a monster. That is a scary Pokemon to deal with. I can't say I'm happy with how that went at all, but hey, you know, we just move on, keep playing. Pick up the games like, hey, you suffered that time, let me give you one of the best matchups around. And they decided to swap into Poliwrath, which isn't the worst for Skeletor because I'm ahead on energy. I can just get this off, get him to give up a shield, and I tried to swap into Trevenant there, but I couldn't quite get it. So he has Ice Punch, which, you know, we're still ranked 15, 16. Guys, just put Icy Wind on there. I promise you won't regret it. But yeah, I decided to try and snipe with Vig, but you know, he makes it there just in time, and he's running Power Up Punch. I'm like, what are you doing? But they come back in with Victory Bell, and this dude, like, I mean, if you're behind on energy with this guy, I've never seen somebody not shield a Victory Bell before, but I guess they realized I had too many counters for it to be useful. So they come in with their Lantern. I've got Trevenant. Yeah, I would top left there too. It's just a bad case of RPS for that guy, unfortunately. No crazy plays on my part, but GG's. I think they did their best. And bring into the next set. This was something that made me upset. So for my first match, I think the game just glitched out and gave me this win. And I wanted to leave this in here just so I could talk about how this has been happening. Because I didn't, like, you know, everybody has Go Battle Lag, but I feel like it's been getting more and more frequent as the seasons go on with the updates. This game it's not progressing, like it's not getting better. Like, yeah, they've added visuals, and they have made the trainer models worse. That's a start. But I feel like you just keep seeing this, where like instead of having like a solid meta, you just have like a laggy mess. And like there's frame drops, there's problems, and then like lo and behold, take a look at this. I'm just gonna let that sink in here for a second. I really tried to play this out. Like, I was holding on to hope that something would go right and it would just start up, but no. So 2 matches in a row. And I had to top left this. There was no way to even, like I just had to take the L there. There was no other way out of it. So I got suckered, well, I got given a free game, and then I got suckered out of a game. So I guess that's balanced, but still. This game has been out since 2016. I know this like this company makes enough money to properly debug and balance. But I mean, it is free to play, but I feel like that's like the free to play model is based around like they're getting constant money from microtransactions so they can keep adding these seasons and updates. But I would be so much more content if they would just focus on improving the game and not give us like all of these vents and crazy things. Like, I just want to see a solid game that doesn't crash every 5 seconds. But rambling aside, I did want to talk about this match real quick. So they come in with Scolipede, and I just kind of let myself lose that matchup because I wanted to get energy on Skeledirge. Like, I think that if they had realized they needed to swap out instead of letting Skeledirge get so much energy, they could have won this. But I was like, I'm taking the shield advantage and I'm rolling with it, and yeah, that's all she wrote. GG's. But yeah, I would like to see them put a little more love and care into a game that they expect people to spend money on. That is my rant today. But got a great lead to start off, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna just threaten with Disarming Voice, and then we're gonna try and swap out. Yeah, of course we get a shield, and then Vigoroth is pretty decent into this. I know that wasn't a build up enough to an outrage, so it's just an Octazooka, and we can just throw some body slams here, and Kingdra's great, but he is glassy, and you need those shields for him. If you don't want to shield him, you're giving up switch. So we have got shield advantage and switch advantage, so really great play. And they come in with a Alolan Marowak, and I have Rock Slide, so this is great. Let's see, and yeah, they want to give up their last shield, putting everything on this Marowak, but unfortunately, like, I just have energy on my Skeledirge, and I can make it to a Shadow Ball in time and just one-shot this thing, and yeah, that's a GG. Yeah, sometimes it's the simpler solutions, but yeah, then it's Vigoroth versus Charjabug, and I think while I do lose this, I do have Skeledirge in the back, so yeah, we're just gonna get some X-Scissors off. I don't think I make it to a second one in time, but we're getting some nice chip. Oh wait, no, we do make it to the second one, because I do have to build all the way up to a Rock Slide. And yeah, that's enough. So, GG's. You win some, you lose some. And I think this is our second to last or last match. I can't remember exactly. I think it's second to last. No. This is our final one. So, Skeledirge and Quagsire, Nightmare lead, safe swap into Vigoroth, and they come in with Decidueye, which I was like, alright, not Trevenant. Interesting. I didn't realize, but this guy actually might have a decent amount of play in this meta. He's a pretty decent counter for Ghost, and he does a lot of damage. And it's a pretty good counter for Vigoroth. But I come in, I try to get the farm down here, and it's like, well, I might as well just give it up on Skeledirge. He's not beating that Quagsire. But they decide to throw a Frenzy Plant, which I thought they could make it to a Spirit Shackle before Frenzy Plant. But maybe I just don't use the Decidueye enough. But we try to throw the Shadow Ball here, they shield it, come in with Charjabug, and we're doing our best here. But yeah, this is not looking great. So they do have Stone Edge, meaning they're not running like the weird Aqua Tail Mud Bomb, which I have ran before. But I'm just trying to get these X-Scissors off and hope and pray that I can set my Skeledirge up to at least handle the back line, but I don't think I'm gonna make it to enough. And they make a great bait with the Mud Bomb, and that kind of seals my fate. The Stone Edge is gonna do so much damage, and yeah, they come in with Tropius. We have the X-Scissor, but unfortunately, even though Skeledirge has a good matchup with this, I just don't have enough HP to carry it out, unfortunately. One Leaf Blade is gonna be enough, or yeah, Aerial Ace, either or, doesn't matter. But that's a GG, they played well, and yeah, we take those. But aside from that, I appreciate it, guys. It's been a good time. Hope you enjoyed my little rant there, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a good one. And yeah, let me know what you think about this, but I will catch you guys later. Bye.